Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the suspension spring in the Samsung washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers, some lubricant, a wooden block, and a rope puller. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new suspension spring. The two suspension springs are mounted at the top of the outer tub, and together with the 4 shock absorbers are part of the washer's suspension system. A broken suspension spring will cause the tub to sag in, banging noises, and no spinning. To get the top off, we need to unscrew the steel screws. We're going to use the Phillips screwdriver and just take them out. To take the top off, slide it back about an inch, and then we can lift it off. And now we can see the suspension springs. There's one of them on this side, and the other one is underneath of the dispenser housing right there. So I will show you how to replace the one which is underneath of the dispenser housing, because this one is pretty much easy. And I start with removing this clamp from the hose. Just squeeze it and slide it up. It's not hard. Then we're going to remove the hose. We need to remove this rear access panel. It's held in place by 2 Phillips screws. So we're going to start putting on the gloves first. You know what, guys? I am not working all the time in the gloves, but I just want to point out that if you see me putting the gloves on, that means we're going to work with the sharp objects, like this panel. And remove the Phillips screws. So now we can lift the rear access panel up and take it out. We're going to place that wooden block underneath of the tub in order to support it, because we are going to take off one of the springs. Let's remove the dispenser drawer out. Press the tab and pull it out. Remove this hose from the dispenser housing. To take out the detergent housing, we need to remove the 2 Phillips screws here, and then we can pull it out. Slide it out, and I'm gonna flip it over and put it out of the way. Using the flathead screwdriver, we're gonna press down that little tab on the top of the safety of the spring holder and open it. For the next moment of glory, I'm going to put my gloves on. To remove the suspension spring, I'm going to use that circular rope. It's a homemade tool. You probably can do the same thing. I'm going to insert it underneath of the spring here on the top and pull it up. Slowly let the top down. Remember, we have this wooden block underneath, so it's not going to go far. Then we're going to turn the spring and disengage the bottom hook. This is the old suspension spring next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. I'm going to use this multi-purpose lubricant compound. We're going to grease up that opening at the bottom where the hook goes, and we're going to do it on the top also. Here's the new spring. The longer hook goes on the top, and the hook itself is facing outwards. So first we're going to insert the bottom hook into the opening in the tub, and then we're going to use our rope device and lift up the tub and hook it up in the spring holder. Now we can close that safety tab. Now we can take out the wooden block. Next we can install the rear access panel. First we're going to align those two tabs on the top with two slots, then push it up and the bottom tabs goes in, and then we can push it down. Two Phillips screws on the sides. We're going to secure the access panel to the cabinet. And now we can install the dispenser back. We're going to put this tab into the cutout and this tab into the upper cutout. And now we can put two Phillips screws in. Let's put the hose back into the dispenser housing. Push it into the clips here. And the dispenser door goes back in. We're going to place those two edges into the cutouts and push it in. Let's connect this hose to the tub. Push it on. Make sure it slides on all the way. Sits perfect. Then the clamp goes on. Squeeze it. Well, you know what? I'm going to use both hands, but you pretty much understand what I'm doing. Push it down. Now we can put the top back on, install it approximately an inch away from the front panel. Then we're going to slide it forward and it locks in. Let's secure the top to the cabinet with two Phillips screws. Plug the washer in and make sure it runs good. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.